convalescent plasma from donors that can help be used to help COVID-19 patients. Vitalent's first plasma transfusion recipient, Phoenix police officer Santos Robles, shared how the procedure saved his life.
Somebody wanted to help somebody when they donated the plasma that I got. So therefore, if the plasma that I give helps somebody, then that's the goal, because it helped me. And I know the way that I felt, and the helpless feeling you have when you sit in the hospital and you just don't know. It was tough.
Officer Robles contracted COVID-19 while on duty during the 4th of July. A few days later, he passed out due to the lack of oxygen from pneumonia. When his son found him, he was rushed to the hospital with a broken face and a punctured lung. It took 5 convalescent plasma transfusions to save his life. The first responders' holiday blood drive will continue through New Year's Eve. For more information about donating blood or plasma, visit vitalent.org. In the studio, Abigail Verwick, Cronkite News.
Maricopa is set to move forward with a planned certification of the election results this coming Thursday or Friday, despite a last-second effort by 3 Arizona Republican congressmen to stop it. Republican Congressman Andy Biggs, David Schweikert, and Paul Gosar emailed the County Board of Supervisors Friday requesting a full recount of all 2 million ballots in Maricopa County. They claim the board and recorder Adrian Fontes broke the law by not doing a precinct-level hand count to check for accuracy. But Republican Attorney General Mark Brnovich's office says the county followed the law in its hand count. December 8th is the last day to settle all election disputes.
Coming up next on Cronkite News, a health disparity is increasing the rate of maternal mortality for women of color. We take a look at possible causes and solutions.
Plus, scammer alert, we get to look at how some are using the pandemic to drain your bank account when we return.
Here we go, lights up. Whoa.
As artists, we conduct our educations in public. You can never know whether it's going to be a success. One just has to risk it.
It's you and the work and the place. It's a very particular relationship.
Here's our lens. Tell us what you think.
Friday night at 9 on Arizona PBS.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Every day I wake up, my first thought is, how can I serve this community?
The biggest hurdle was not taking PTSD personally.
Would you welcome, please, the amazing.
Everybody that watches this, they say that I am the greatest that they've ever seen.
New tonight, women of color are dying during childbirth at an alarming rate in the United States. Cronkite News reporter Rosaura Wordsworth gives us a glimpse into some of the factors that may be causing this disparity.
Indigenous and Black women are 2 to 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women, according to a study released in September 2019 by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Alicia Montgomery of Phoenix shares her experience at the hospital.
I had some nurses that were really nice and that were really attentive, and then I had some nurses that were really rough.
Lily Bastian of the American College of Nurse Midwives says her organization has identified the root causes of pregnancy-related mortality in women of color.
It has a lot to do with systemic racism. I think it also has a lot to do with toxic stress.
According to a 2019 CDC study, approximately 700 women die in the United States each year as a result of pregnancy or pregnancy-related complications.
So that you can have a better understanding of what I'm talking about, for every 100,000 live births, 13 white women experience pregnancy-related death. As you can see, that's a huge disparity in relation to 30 Indigenous women and 41 African American women. Bastian says that they're working extremely hard to eliminate this disparity.
We need to increase the numbers of midwives that are people of color and specifically African American.
Lakeisha Muhammad says she became a midwife because of her own experience with giving birth to twins.
For Black women in particular, I think that we're seeing across the country that it's not always the safest place, that it's not all, the level of intervention that is given in the hospital doesn't necessarily ensure our safety.
Muhammad explains that the care midwives provide is more personal. They are there to help pregnant women from their first appointment to managing stress and answer questions postpartum.
I think that midwifery is the answer to that, and embracing midwifery, embracing home birth and out-of-hospital birth in general.
The American College of Nurse Midwives supports the Midwives for Moms Act that addresses maternity care shortages and promotes optimal maternity outcomes by expanding education opportunities for midwives. After her experience, Montgomery says she will make changes for her next baby.
Get a midwife, a doula, maybe not even have your baby at a hospital, maybe looking into a birthing center.
Rosara Wordsworth, Cronkite News.
Representatives from the American College of Nurse Midwives say they're working closely with members of the House Maternal Health Caucus to ensure the Midwives for Moms Act remains a priority in Congress.
Scammers are using the COVID-19 pandemic to trick people into sending them money. Many of Arizona's utility companies are coming together to spread awareness for Utility Scam Awareness Day, which is tomorrow. The goal? Educate customers so they can avoid becoming a victim. Scammers typically use phone, in-person, and online tactics to target people. APS spokesperson Jill Hanks explains some of the common signs.
These scammers tend to be very aggressive. They are threatening. They're trying to rush you. They want to get you in kind of a state of anxiety so that you make a rash decision. They can be downright nasty on the phone. We've heard instances where they might curse at people. They're very demanding. They want your money and they want it now.
Some ways to protect yourself. Don't purchase a prepaid card. Utilities never require payment be made this way. Call your utility company to verify and make sure you look up the number yourself. Some spammers will mirror the actual name of the company. And protect your personal information. Don't share it with an unverified caller. Hank says APS will not cut off any utilities due to non-payments for the rest of the year due to the current pandemic.
You'll have to start paying more for the Hulu with Live TV bundle plan starting next month. On December 18th, the streaming service will go from $54.99 a month to $64.99 a month. And Hulu's not the only streaming service increasing prices. Just last month, Netflix increased its monthly fee as well. Though the increases were by only $1 and $2 a month, Netflix's standard plan is now $14 a month, and its premium tier is $18 a month. The price hikes come as companies want to create their own content, and outside content is getting more expensive to license.
After the break, Thanksgiving is just around the corner, but for some families, this time of year can present new challenges. When Cronkite News returns, we'll take a look at Walmart's promise to feed millions this holiday season.
The weather around Phoenix is just beautiful today. Let's take a look at the weather around the valley.
Thank you for joining us for the special edition of Cronkite News. Here are the top stories that we're tracking today at noon. Some of the best players for their program.
Like most things this year, Thanksgiving is expected to be different. AAA is predicting a 10% decline in travel compared to 2019. Their original forecast predicted about 50 million Americans planning to go somewhere over the holiday.
But since that forecast was put together, we know that number has definitely decreased. And that's because it's the pandemic. COVID numbers are increasing and states are changing their regulations, their guidance in terms of travel when you leave the state or when you return.
Of those traveling, AAA predicts 95% will go by car to places close by and be gone for fewer days. As for traffic, Wednesday afternoon is expected to be the busiest. Also, AAA says gas prices nationally are about 50 cents less on average than they were a year ago.
While Thanksgiving is a time to celebrate with family and friends, the holiday season may not be merry for those struggling with food insecurity. That's why Walmart has teamed up to launch the free Thanksgiving dinner program to feed millions this holiday season. The free meals consist of 9 items and are designed to feed a family of 5. Some items include a butterball turkey breast, stuffing mix, cranberry sauce, and crispy fried onions. To take part in this offer, just go to home.ibotta.com/Thanksgiving. That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
We've all heard of someone being canceled, but are the lengths society goes to cancel someone really necessary? We break it down next.
Logan, thanks so much for joining us. Today's topic is cancel culture. Can you define for us what cancel culture is?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about this topic. Cancel culture, in a nutshell, is when a group of people or a demographic decides that they're going to remove support of a person or a brand. And we've been seeing that more recently here in relation to cancel culture.
And it sounds like there's a reason why people are sort of removing support. From my understanding, cancel culture is the idea that when a person or a brand does something offensive or insensitive, that's when people sort of take a step back and say, I'm no longer going to support this entity. What are some examples of cancel culture that you've seen? Can you highlight some of those for us?
Yes. In a more personal sense, my wife works in the beauty industry. And we've seen several cases where several companies have been canceled in relation to their lack of diversity or their lack of shades for people of color or their lack of support for more diverse work environments. I mean, the list can go on and on. Another example would be what I've seen recently, companies or individuals who support President Trump, like Stephen Ross. He is an owner of the Equinox Gym. He owns several other companies, and people decided that they were going to cancel Stephen Ross. So in canceling Stephen Ross, they decided that they were going to withdraw their support for the Equinox gyms. So this can go in a myriad of different ways.
And I think a big way that people sort of cancel brands is through the money that they spend to give to those particular brands. Absolutely. An example that I'm thinking off the top of my head is the Washington football team. For nearly 40 years, Native women have been saying that the R word is offensive to them and that it feels racist. And it took 40 years. We saw a little bit earlier this year with a lot of momentum from the Black Lives Matter movement and a lot of these allies and people from the Native community saying enough is enough. The name hasn't been changed, but the R word itself has been removed from the NFL franchise. And a lot of people are also saying that a lot of these major sponsors withdrew their monetary support for the team because they said, we don't want to be affiliated with something that many people find offensive. I'm curious, in your opinion, what are the implications to being canceled? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, so the implications in today's society, they're huge. If a group of people decides that they're going to cancel or call out or remove their support for a specific person or brand, the implications are huge monetarily. We've seen it in several cases, and there are several ways that you can kind of monitor that. So as I was reading up on this, obviously I'm a big research guy, so I wanted to make sure I came here with the facts. And the facts are many people in cancel culture will shout from the mountaintops that something is canceled, but they may not necessarily remove their support monetarily. So crisis experts have been doing research to see, like, the implications are huge, but some people may shout that they're canceling you, but they may not actually cancel you with their funds. So
I think there's several ways to be canceled, and even on a personal level, people can be canceled. Another example that I'm thinking of is Drew Brees, the NFL quarterback, who said in an interview that he was not supportive of NFL players who kneel during the national anthem. And so many people, his peers, his teammates, said, I don't know how you could say this, there's been a large momentum of social justice and a lot of people talking about it. And so in a lot of ways, it almost felt like for a second, Drew Brees was canceled as well. And for an individual basis, could you tell us a little bit about what the implications are for a particular person to be canceled? I imagine there's emotional and social implications for that as well.
Yeah, so with an individual being canceled, I like to consider it being called out or being called on the carpet or being put on Front Street, as some may say. And that can lead to being canceled, but I believe the start of it is calling that individual out. Obviously, we know with social media, anyone can call out anyone. Anyone can put anyone on Front Street. Anyone can put anyone's dirty laundry out there. But first, calling that individual out, saying, hey, do you realize what you just said? And then when calling the individual out, that person, Drew Brees in this particular instance, he may retract his statement or he may try to bring clarity to the statement because the implications of being canceled are so strong.
Do you think cancel culture is something that should be condoned?
I find myself in the middle. I believe calling people out, calling things out, calling wrongdoings out, I believe that is something that, you know, we have the freedom to do and should do. If a company has shown a consistent trait or a consistent timeline of, you know, wrongdoings and bad behavior, quote unquote, then yeah, let's have a conversation and let's decide on how we're going to do this in a productive manner. If I wrong someone and they go 15 years and, you know, I see them again and they're saying, hey, you wronged me 15 years ago. Well, I would have liked to have known when I did the wronging as opposed to harboring and carrying that hurt for 15 plus years. So calling people out, totally agree. Canceling people and cancel culture, I find it to be a little toxic, if I'm quite honest. We don't necessarily give people the same grace that we expect to receive in return. Can you have compassion? Can you have empathy without knowing all of the facts? Absolutely. And that's why I think cancel culture can be toxic, because we can just cancel people and just, oh, you're canceled, you're done for, without giving people the same grace that we will want in return. There may have been an honest mistake. There may have been a lack of information, but we can still provide grace to those areas where it seems gray.
Cameron, Logan, thank you so much for sharing your opinions on this, and thanks for breaking it down on cancel culture.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
This hour of local news is made possible by contributions from the Friends of PBS, members of your PBS station. Thank you. If you have comments about Arizona PBS News, please contact us at one of the addresses on your screen. Thank you.
There's never been a more important time to make sure facts and the truth are driving conversation. Washington Week is an island of civil discourse in a chaotic media environment. On Friday nights, we gather the best reporters in the nation to unpack what's really happening and have a conversation that's not about point of view, but about informing the American people.
Washington Week. All new Friday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
On Rise of the Nazis, a struggle for power inside the party. Goering.
He's going to be Hitler's fixer.
And Himmler.
He proves himself to be a brilliant Nazi.
The SS and stormtroopers round up enemies by the thousands. Rise of the Nazis.
All new tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS.
Over this past year, a team of filmmakers have been documenting the hopes and fears of a country at odds. From the pandemic